Hi, boys. Welcome to another Daddy Cast. This is your Kingfisher History Encyclopedia on page 24, talking about the Hebrews. The Hebrews from 1800 BC to 587 BC. The Hebrews first settled in Palestine about 4,000 years ago. They came to Palestine from Ur, although no one knows exactly where they came from before then. Their name meant the people from the other side of the Euphrates River. Their story is told in the Bible. According to the Old Testament, the leader of the first Hebrews was Abraham, a shepherd who lived in Ur. Abraham traveled with his family first to Syria and then to Canaan, now Palestine, where they finally settled. The early years. Abraham's grandson Jacob, also called Israel, had 12 sons. He is said to have started the 12 tribes of Israel, which were named after his sons. When famine struck Canaan, Jacob led his people to safety in Egypt. Later, they became slaves of the Egyptians until Moses led them out of Egypt and took them back to Canaan, probably around 1200 BC. There, led by Joshua, they fought the Philistines for the right to settle and establish the land of Israel. Tradition has it that they used the sound of trumpets to bring down the walls of the city Jericho. The first state of Israel. Around 1020 BC, the Philistines began to threaten the Hebrews. To defend themselves, the Hebrews banded together and appointed Saul as their first king. His successor, David, united all the tribes, made Jerusalem the new nation's capital, and added a number of other territories. As defensive measures, his son Solomon built several new cities and a wall around the capital. The Great Temple at Jerusalem was his most famous work. He was a peace-loving king. Solomon's Temple. Solomon built an impressive temple in Jerusalem at great expense to house the Israelites' holy treasure, the Ark of the Covenant, which contained Moses' 10 Commandments. The temple became the focus of Jewish culture. It is said that Solomon's temple had walls inlaid with precious jewels and that it was designed in accordance with mathematical principles learned from the Egyptians. Down here you see this is the Bronze Sea that we read about recently in 2 Kings. It may not have looked exactly like this. This is one imagination of it based on the description in the Bible. After Solomon's death, Israel split into two different states, Israel and Judah. This weakened them against outside attack and led to their downfall. Of course, we also know what led to their downfall the most was that they didn't follow the ways of David, but turned aside to the sins of Jeroboam, son of Nebat, or other sins in Judah. All right, that's it for today, boys.